I'm Bruce Braun, W6SFG, and on behalf of Yaesu USA, I'd like to congratulate you on your purchase of the world's finest HF transceiver. Because Yaesu knew you'd be anxious to get started using your new FT-1000MP as soon as possible, this video was created just for you. Whether you're an old-timer or a relative newcomer to the hobby of amateur radio, you're in for a real treat. The FT-1000MP is an advanced, state-of-the-art radio incorporating a multitude of new features, including many user-programmable functions that may be customized via an internal menu system. Even though many of these new digital processing features and other menu items have factory default settings, Yaesu felt it would be helpful to provide you a fast track to this system. Therefore, we've produced this quick start video to provide you with numerous default menu settings that we feel will put you in the ballpark. As you become more familiar with your new FT-1000MP, you'll no doubt find through experimentation how to customize these to meet your own personal needs and tastes. Part 1 of this video we call Quick Start. It briefly explains everything you need to know to get up and running as quickly and painlessly as possible. Part 2 of this video we call Features. It will acquaint you with some of the more popular and advanced features of your new FT-1000MP. Furthermore, all of the segments of this video are indexed to your operator's manual for your convenience. Now, if you're ready to go, have your radio ready, and here we go. After first checking to be sure your AC voltage is the same as marked on the label at the back of your radio, attach the AC cable to the radio. Then attach a good earth ground to the ground terminal. This is important as it will protect you from shock and ensure proper performance of your FT-1000MP. You should now attach an antenna for your favorite HF amateur band or bands to the A connector located on the back panel of the radio. Now here's a tip. If you have, for instance, a beam antenna for 20 through 10 meters and a wire antenna for 160 to 40 meters, you might want to attach the beam to connector A and the wire antenna to connector B. By doing this, your radio can automatically switch antennas for each band. Now, attach your microphone and/or key to the respective microphone and/or key jacks. If you're using the Yaesu MD100 desk mic, make sure the lock buttons on the top of the microphone and on the microphone base are not depressed. Now adjust the following front panel controls as follows. The AGC selector knob to auto, attenuator to 0, MOX and VOX switches off or out, microphone and processor controls to the 10 o'clock position, AF gain and main and sub controls to 10 o'clock position, RF power output control to 12 o'clock position, receiver RF gain control to the full clockwise position, Moni control, that's the transmitter monitor gain, to 12 o'clock, main receiver squelch control to full counterclockwise position, receiver IF shift and width controls to the 12 o'clock position, contour and noise reduction controls to 12 o'clock position, notch and noise blanker controls to 12 o'clock position, pitch control at 12 o'clock, and sub-receiver squelch control full counterclockwise. Be sure to also check the back panel and make sure the memory backup switch is turned on. This will enable the radio battery and memory to maintain all of your memories and user preferences. We're now ready to turn on the power to the FT-1000MP. Please now check to make sure the following controls are off. IPO switch, Moni switch, processor switch, AF reverse switch, and EDSP. The green light should be off. The front panel display should now look like this. If it doesn't, turn the AC power off and reset the main CPU to the factory defaults by simultaneously turning on the AC power while depressing the 3 buttons on the lowest row of the keypad. The CPU is now reset. Observe the main frequency display above the center VFO knob. It should read 7 MHz. To the right is the offset display, Next is the memory channel number display, and finally the BVFO display. The main display indicates that antenna A is connected to the radio. The green main busy light indicates the main receiver VFO is unsquelched. The lower sideband button is green, indicating the mode of the main VFO. The frequency for VFO-B is also 7 MHz, and its current operating mode is also lower sideband. The IF bandwidth selectivity indicators show that 2.4 kHz filters are selected for both the second and third IF stages. Now we're going to set up some of the more advanced features of the FT-1000MP using the menu system. I'm not going to attempt to explain the specifics of every function we're setting. You'll learn more about these as you use the radio and experiment with these settings yourself. Remember, this is a quick start video and we're just trying to get you in the ballpark so you can begin using your 1000 MP immediately. A complete explanation of all menu functions can be found on pages 85 to 92 in your user's manual. But for now, I'm going to help you set up a number of these functions quickly. To access the menu system, press the Fast and Enter buttons simultaneously. Your menu should look like this. At any time, you may escape from the menu mode and return to normal operation simply by pressing the Enter button. Now go back to the menu mode by simultaneously pressing Fast and Enter. Use the memory selector control to scroll to menu item number 1-3. Now rotate the main VFO dial until the main display changes to 2.50. The main tuning dial resolution has now been set to 2.5 kHz per revolution. Scroll to menu item number 29. Then rotate the main VFO dial until the display reads Select. This allows normal notch operation when you turn on the notch filter and multiple heterodyne elimination when the notch filter is on with the EDSP engaged. Now scroll the menu to item number 4-4. Again, rotate the main VFO dial until the main display changes from off to number 4. The transmit EDSP filter has now been turned on and is set to selection number 4. Each of these 4 settings changes the intrinsic sound of the transmitted signal. Here's another tip. It's possible to monitor these adjustments during actual transmission by turning the MONI function on and turning up the MONI control to the appropriate volume while listening to your own transmission in the headphones. Oh, and by the way, make sure your EDSP button is turned on. Activating EDSP filters, pages 57 to 59. Scroll to menu item number 7-7. Now rotate the sub-VFO dial until the display reads SSBR. Now rotate the main VFO dial until the display reads 100-3100. Again, rotate the sub-VFO dial until the display reads SSBT. Back to the main VFO dial. Rotate it until it reads 200-3100. Then rotate the sub-VFO dial again until the display reads CUR. Rotate the main VFO dial until the display reads ON. And finally, rotate the sub-VFO dial until the display reads ANR. And rotate the main VFO dial until the display reads ON. You've now activated the EDSP filters for sideband, CW, and AM modes. Receiver front-end RF amplifier selection, page 30. Scroll to menu item number 8-4. Then rotate the main VFO dial until the main display reads Tuned. This chooses separate tuned RF preamps for high and low bands. Receiver operation, page 23 to 34. Let's now take a quick look at receiver functions. Change to your favorite amateur radio band by simply pressing your band of choice on the band keypad. For this tutorial, we'll be using 20 meters, so be sure to have a properly matched antenna connected to the A input. Press the key labeled 14 in white letters. The main VFO instantly changes to 14 megahertz, and under it you'll notice the indicator for VFO operation. Next, confirm the correct mode is selected for operation at the desired frequency. At 14.3 megahertz, it should be upper sideband. Now rotate the main VFO dial to receive a signal at or about 14.300 megahertz. You might want to consider hitting the up button 3 times to hop in 100 kilohertz steps from 14 to 14.1, 14.2, 14.3, and so on. Adjust the AF gain control to a comfortable level. By using the IF shift and width controls, it's possible to effectively eliminate some types of adjacent channel interference. The nominal setting for these two controls is at 12 o'clock. Additionally, strong signal interference may be reduced by the use of IPO or adding some attenuation. Choose the IF bandwidth using the appropriate push buttons. For now, let's just use the default setting of 2.4 kilohertz for both the second and third IF stages. You might also want to note that if you've added any of the optional filters, they're not operational until you've turned them on via the menu system, via menu items 5.0 through 5.8. Transmitter operation, page 35 through 45. If you have a properly matched antenna or dummy load connected to your FT-1000MP, select your choice of frequency, mode, and antenna preference, either A or B. Now for tuning illustration only, choose the CW mode. Next, adjust the RF power control to about 9 o'clock. Now confirm that the automatic antenna tuner is on. If it is not, turn it on now. The main display will indicate that the tuner is on. Now press the IC SWR meter selector to choose the SWR mode. Pressing the tune button will now automatically tune your antenna. This may take a few seconds the first time it is activated. To check your SWR once your antenna is tuned, key your transmitter using a key, the push-to-talk button on your microphone, or by pressing the MOX button. The top meter scale indicates the relative forward power output, while the lower meter scale indicates the relative SWR. Preferably, your SWR should be below 1.5 to 1. Notice, if you get a high SWR indicator while attempting to auto-tune your antenna, the problem may be one of the following: an improperly matched antenna, a poor ground connection to the FT-1000MP, the wrong antenna may be selected at the AB switch, or you may have a short or open in your antenna feed line. Upon completing these preliminary adjustments, you are now ready to experience the stunning performance and features only found in the Yaesu FT-1000MP. You may now return the RF power to full clockwise position and choose your favorite band and desired mode of operation. Well, now that you're all set up and ready to go, I'd like to take this opportunity to show you just a couple of little tips and tricks that I've found. They're little things that hopefully will make your experience with the FT-1000MP just a little bit more enjoyable. Effective interference reduction of QRN and/or QRM may be accomplished by using one or more of the following techniques found on pages 30 to 34. Number 1, use of intercept point optimization by activating the IPO button. Number 2, use of one or both noise blankers by activating NB1 and/or NB2 and adjusting the noise blanker control. Number 3, turn on the EDSP and use one of the 4 reduction presets. Number 4, use the IF shift and width controls. Number 5, use different combinations of IF bandwidth filters. Number 6, use the RF attenuator. Number 7, reduce the RF gain control. Number 8, select one of the 4 EDSP contours. And number 9, use the manual notch control. Now, here are 5 different ways you can change frequency with the FT-1000MP. Number 1, direct entry. On the keypad, press enter. Notice the first digit of the frequency readout is now flashing. Now press the orange labeled numbers in this order: 143000. Now press enter again. The frequency is now exactly 14.300 megahertz. You can use this direct entry method to instantly QSY to any frequency. The reference is on page 27. Number 2, press the fast button and the VFO speed increases to 4 times normal. Reference is on page 25. Number 3, rotate the shuttle jog ring behind the main VFO dial, gently to the right or to the left. The more pressure you exert in either direction, the greater the change in frequency will be. Number 4, push in the channel selector control. Now rotate it. You will notice the frequency increments in steps based on menu item number 1-5. I prefer to set it to 1 kilohertz for band cruising. And finally, number 5. You can use the up and down keys to increment up and down the band in 1 kilohertz steps. Here's another feature called Dual Tracking VFO A and B. The reference is on page 27. By holding the lock key while tuning the main VFO, this causes the B VFO to track at the same frequency. Okay, here's another useful feature called toggling VFOs. Each time you press one of the band select keys the second time, you toggle to a second VFO memory. Let's try it. Enter a frequency via direct entry method. Let's say 14.020. Now press the enter key again and enter another frequency via the direct method. Say 14.305. Now, each time you press the 14 megahertz key, you toggle between the two VFOs for that band. Obviously, this is a handy way of setting up, say, a VFO for sideband operation and another one for CW operation in the same band. QMB, Quick Memory Bank, page 50. When you quickly want to store memories for recall, use QMB. Simply press the Store button below the Recall button and hold it until you hear 2 beeps. Now go to any different band, mode, antenna, and frequency, and again press Store until you hear 2 beeps. Your new frequency along with all your preferences will now be saved in the next QMB memory. To recall these frequencies, simply press the Recall button. Your frequencies will be recalled last first and displayed in the channel display. After 5 frequencies have been stored, the oldest one is thrown away and the newest frequency occupies position C1. For more specific information on the operational functions of the FT-1000MP, please consult your operator's manual. The following references have been provided for your convenience. Linear amplifier operation, page 67. Frequency storage and memory modes, pages 47 to 50. Sideband diversity reception, page 46. Split frequency operation, page 45. Scanning features, pages 51 and 52. Digital modes, pages 53 to 56. CW operation, pages 38 and 39. AM operation, page 40. EDSP advanced features, pages 57 through 59. Remote control operation, pages 60 through 62. User customizable operation mode, page 63. Transverter operation, pages 69 through 70. CAT system control, pages 73 through 83. FM repeater operation, pages 40 and 41. Sub-VFO operation, page 43. Dual receive operation, page 43. Channel grouping, page 49. Digital voice recorder, pages 64 through 66. Phone patch operation, page 71. Installing internal options, pages 99 to 100. Tuning knob torque adjustment, page 102. DC operation, pages 103 through 104. Technical specifications, page 3. And pinout diagrams can be found on page 4. For those of you that are CW enthusiasts, this is just a short demonstration of the spectacular capabilities of the EDSP in the CW mode on the FT-1000MP. By pressing the fast and EDSP buttons together, then confirming the EDSP is on and the contour is set to the bandpass position, watch and listen as we adjust the EDSP receiver filters.
That didn't make any difference. I went out there this morning, it was even colder, and the thing just kind of when I turned the key. I've got to get that thing started, and I got to push some snow around there.
As we mentioned earlier, it's possible to monitor the output of the FT-1000 MP while transmitting or receiving by using the monitor mode. Presently, the monitor mode is on, the EDSP mode is on, and we're at menu item number 4-4. Now it's possible to adjust the EDSP filters while hearing the changes. By rotating the main VFO dial to position number 1, position number 2, position number 3, and position number 4, it's possible to hear the effect of those filters. Going back again, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, and now the off position.
This demonstration illustrates the setting of the carrier offset point, found in menu item number 8-9.
While continuing to monitor our own signal, we're going to change the sub-VFO dial to transmit lower sideband. Now we can adjust the carrier offset with the main VFO dial, going up to 500 hertz and going down to minus 200 hertz. I like to keep the setting at approximately minus 100 hertz. While in menu item number 8-9, you can continue to adjust different carrier offsets by adjusting the BVFO dial to processor lower sideband, receive upper sideband, transmit upper sideband, and process upper sideband.
Now that we've looked at setting the carrier offset points in the transmit mode in menu number 8-9, let's look at how it's done in the receive mode.
Surgery and no problem up there. That's very, very good. Very, very good news indeed. So we'll catch you tomorrow morning. Give Laura Arlene a big hug for us. Tell her we said hello. And y'all put another log on the fire. We're going to turn up the heater down here a little bit in cold southeast Georgia. And thanks for all the information.
Notice in this demonstration how effective the IF width and shift controls are in eliminating adjacent channel interference.
The magic of physics. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad to hear you finding somebody to chat with there. That's really important, and I really miss that to some extent here.
In this demonstration, notice how using the EDSP contour control, noise reduction, IF shift and width controls together contribute to the readability in heavy QRM conditions.
11 call sign for the second channel of flex. You copy, Kilo Delta 0, Jungle Lion, Italy, United States, Italy.
Now here are two examples demonstrating how to eliminate heterodyne interference. First of all, using the notch filter in conjunction with the EDSP, and secondly, using the IF shift and width controls. Also, note the strength of the heterodyne interference with respect to the original signal.
And even after all the work's been done on the furnace, whenever it gets damp and wet and it's in a cloud, it doesn't want to start. So what I have to do is turn the fan on, blow the moisture out of it, and then turn the heat on, and she finally kicks in. Boy, I wouldn't want to be without heat. For some reason, my left hip is giving me a little...
Here is an excellent example of the superb weak signal capability of the FT-1000 MP receiver. Even though the OX3 was completely Q5, you'll notice on the meter his signal never rose above S1.
Good health, hope it's prosperous for you. OX3SA from Mike 0, Alpha Lima Mike for your final, over. Mike 0, Alpha Lima Mike, Oscar X-ray 3, Sierra Alpha, Roger, Dave, I copy you, very good. And my name, once again, Sierra Victor Echo November, Sugar Victoria, England, Norway, Sierra Victor Echo November, 20 today. Okay, Dave, and good luck to you there in Scotland. We're having a storm here today in western Greenland. Mike 0, Alpha Oscar X-ray 3, Sierra Alpha. Okay, Oscar X-ray 3, Sierra Alpha, Mike 0, Alpha Lima Mike. Okay.
Well, that's about it for our quick start video. I hope it's been informative to you. Now on behalf of Yaesu USA, this is Bruce Braun, W6SFG, saying 73 and good DX.